Are you curious to learn more about the recent release of the 2025 Dietary Guidelines for Americans? Keep watching to learn more. In January of 2026, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and Department of Agriculture released this highly anticipated resource. After comparing the previous edition with the new edition, perhaps one of the starkest differences is the change from a 164-page document to a 10-page document. Do you think this condensed version makes this resource more practical? Or do you think it can't possibly contain enough information in 10 pages to support individuals in making informed, healthy dietary decisions? Another big change is going back to the iconic and old school pyramid imagery with a twist and abandoning the My Plate icon. The new pyramid is inverted with protein, dairy, healthy fats, fruits and vegetables at the top, and whole grains at the bottom or tip of the pyramid. What do you like better, the plate or the inverted pyramid? The goal of the new guidelines is very specific: to make America healthy, with a return to the basics and prioritizing dietary patterns built on whole, nutrient-dense foods, protein, dairy, vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, and whole grains. Paired with a reduction in highly processed foods, refined carbohydrates, added sugars, excess sodium, unhealthy fats, and chemical additives, it is believed this approach can change the health trajectory for many Americans. Currently, more than 90% of healthcare spending is on people with chronic diseases that are a predictable result of the standard American diet and physical inactivity. 70% of adults in the U.S. have overweight or obesity. Nearly 1 in 3 adolescents between the ages of 12 and 17 have prediabetes. And many Americans are disqualified for military service because of chronic disease. Can this new 10-page document, an inverted pyramid, and focused on whole, nutrient-dense foods really make a difference? I guess only time will tell. The new guidelines focus on 8 key targets. 1. Eating the right amount for you. The calories you need depend on your age, sex, height, weight, and level of physical activity. Pay attention to portion sizes, particularly for foods and beverages higher in calories. Hydration is a key factor in overall health. Choose water, still or sparkling, and unsweetened beverages. 2. Prioritize protein foods at every meal. Prioritize high-quality, nutrient-dense protein foods as part of a healthy dietary pattern. Consume a variety of protein foods from animal sources, including eggs, poultry, seafood, and red meat, as well as a variety of plant-sourced protein foods, including beans, peas, lentils, legumes, nuts, seeds, and soy. Swap deep-fried cooking methods with baked, broiled, roasted, stir-fried, or grilled cooking methods. Consume meat with no or limited added sugars, refined carbohydrates or starches, or chemical additives. If preferred, flavor with salt, spices, and herbs. Protein serving goals are 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, adjusting as needed based on your individual caloric requirements. 3. Consume dairy. When consuming dairy, include full-fat dairy with no added sugars. Dairy is an excellent source of protein, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. Dairy serving goals include 3 servings per day as part of a 2,000-calorie dietary pattern, adjusting as needed based on your individual needs. 4. Eat vegetables and fruits throughout the day. Eat a variety of colorful, nutrient-dense vegetables and fruits. Eat whole vegetables and fruits in their original form. Wash thoroughly prior to eating raw or cooking. Frozen, dried, or canned vegetables or fruits with no or very limited added sugars can also be good options. If preferred, flavor with salt, spices, and herbs. 100% fruit or vegetable juice should be consumed in limited portions or diluted with water. Vegetables and fruits serving goals for a 2,000-calorie dietary pattern, adjusting as needed based on your individual caloric requirements, are 3 servings per day for vegetables and 2 servings per day for fruits. 5. Incorporate healthy fats. Healthy fats are plentiful in many whole foods, such as meats, poultry, eggs, omega-3 rich seafood, nuts, seeds, full-fat dairy, olives, and avocados. When cooking with or adding fats to meals, prioritize oils with essential fatty acids, such as olive oil. Other options can include butter or beef tallow. In general, saturated fat consumption should not exceed 10% of daily calories. Significantly limiting highly processed foods will help meet this goal. More high-quality research is needed to determine which types of dietary fats best support long-term health. 6. Focus on whole grains. Prioritize fiber-rich whole grains. Significantly reduce the consumption of highly processed, refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, ready-to-eat or packaged breakfast options, flour tortillas, and crackers. Whole grain serving goals are 2 to 4 servings per day, adjusting as needed based on your individual caloric requirements. 7. Limit highly processed foods, added sugars, and refined carbohydrates. Avoid highly processed, packaged, prepared, ready-to-eat, or other foods that are salty or sweet, such as chips, cookies, and candy that have added sugar and sodium. Instead, prioritize nutrient-dense foods and home-prepared meals and limit salt intake to less than 2,300 milligrams per day. When dining out, choose nutrient-dense options. Limit foods and beverages that include artificial flavors, petroleum-based dyes, artificial preservatives, and low-calorie, non-nutritive sweeteners. Avoid sugar-sweetened beverages such as sodas, fruit drinks, and energy drinks. While no amount of added sugars or non-nutritive sweeteners is recommended or considered part of a healthy or nutritious diet, one meal should contain no more than 10 grams of added sugars. When selecting snack foods, added sugar limits should follow FDA healthy claim limits. For example, grain snacks like crackers should not exceed 5 grams of added sugars per 3/4 ounce whole grain equivalent, and dairy snacks like yogurt should not exceed 2.5 grams of added sugar per 2/3 cup equivalent. 8. Limit alcoholic beverages. Consume less alcohol for better overall health. People who should completely avoid alcohol include women during pregnancy, people who are recovering from alcohol use disorder or are unable to control the amount they drink, and people taking medications or with medical conditions that can interact with alcohol. For those with a family history of alcoholism, be mindful of alcohol consumption and associated addictive behaviors. In summary, the 2025 Dietary Guidelines for Americans propose a significant shift in how we approach nutrition, condensing information and returning to foundational principles like whole, nutrient-dense foods. The move to a 10-page document, an inverted pyramid icon, and a focus on core food groups paired with the reduction of highly processed items reflects a targeted approach to improve public health outcomes. Whether this simplified strategy can change America's health trajectory, addressing chronic disease rates, obesity levels, and prediabetes, remains to be seen. As the guidelines emphasize individual needs and choices, the ultimate impact will depend on how effectively individuals and communities adopt these recommendations. You can explore the full document for yourself on the official Dietary Guidelines for Americans website. What are your thoughts on these changes? Do you believe a return to basics is the key to a healthier nation? Share your perspectives in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more discussions on health and wellness.